Let's be honest about this.
Yeah, let's.
Your honeys? These are my what? These are my babies. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
You're a pig.
I cried because I couldn't believe it. You know, I was totally in love. We were totally in love. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day, for my part.
I remember being on the set and being in my dressing room and not feeling like I could get up in the morning, and there's just no pain like that.
There's no pain or failure like going through.
Despite what seemed like Jennifer Lopez had a fairy tale reunion with Ben Affleck, rumors are now swirling that this iconic Hollywood duo might be on the verge of splitting sooner than anyone anticipated. These whispers come just after the release of J-Lo's documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, where she couldn't stop gushing about Ben being her true love. Talk about awkward timing. If you've followed J-Lo's love life over the years, this might feel like déjà vu. It seems that with every new relationship, she's convinced she's found the one. Enter the drama with her first ex-husband, Ojani Noa. Never one to hold back, Ojani is back with some juicy revelations. He claims that the only person J-Lo truly loves is herself, and even predicted that her rekindled romance with Ben Affleck wouldn't last long. It looks like he might be onto something. An old video of Jennifer Lopez and her first ex-husband Ojani Noa has resurfaced, and it's stirring up quite the storm. This footage is anything but flattering for J-Lo, casting her in a seriously negative light. In the video, Ojani appears visibly uneasy, hinting at a side of J-Lo that the public rarely, if ever, gets to see. He even confessed that he was genuinely afraid of her, suggesting that there's more to the story than meets the eye. If Ojani was scared, it's not hard to imagine why Ben might be looking for the exit.
I was never used to being alone. I had a big family. I had cousins and my aunts and my grandma, and they'd all always be around. And so when I went off on my own, I realized how uncomfortable I was being alone. I had to learn how to do that,
Jennifer Lopez, the queen of headline-grabbing romances and whirlwind marriages, has always kept the tabloids buzzing. With rumors swirling about a possible split from Ben Affleck, it's the perfect time to dive into her past relationships and uncover what her exes have revealed. Buckle up, because J-Lo's romantic history is a wild ride filled with drama, jealousy, and some serious revelations. Let's rewind to 1997, when Jennifer was still glowing from her breakout role in Selena. That same year, she walked down the aisle with her first husband, Cuban actor and producer Ojani Noa. Their marriage, however, was short-lived, lasting just 11 months. It's a strange twist of fate, one that's almost too perfect for a rom-com, how Ojani, a Cuban immigrant who arrived in the U.S. on a 60ft inflatable dinghy at 15, ended up married to one of the world's biggest stars. His story is the kind of rags-to-riches narrative Hollywood loves. But after their 1998 divorce, the fairy tale unraveled, leaving Ojani to contend with a very different reality. But Ojani wasn't about to fade into the background quietly, far from it. He had plans to release a tell-all book about his time with J-Lo. Ojani saw firsthand how Hollywood changed J-Lo. She went from Jen to being J-Lo, this big business bringing in millions. She had all these new people around her, all wanting to make money off her. I would call, and an assistant would say, "Sorry, she's not available naturally." Jennifer wasn't having any of it. She quickly took legal action, suing Ojani to stop him from airing her dirty laundry, effectively halting his publishing dreams. But here's where the plot thickens. Ojani claimed that their marriage fell apart because of Jennifer's blossoming relationship with Sean P. Diddy Combs while she was still married to him. In a spill all to the Daily Mail, Ojani revealed that when he confronted Jen about her relationship with Diddy, she brushed it off as just business and something she was being told to do, but let's be real, who would buy that excuse? His jealousy was clearly justified, as J-Lo and Diddy soon went public with their romance, leaving Ojani in the dust.
I was very family-oriented, and that's how I was raised. Once I got to know him, and we became friends first, and then we developed this bond. We both understood where we were at that time in our lives, and we both knew nobody else understood exactly how we felt. So when
Diddy, never one to shy away from talking about his high-profile romances, later reflected in a 2006 interview with People, calling Jennifer one of the great ones, but coming from Diddy, does that really mean anything? Given his notorious antics, being labeled great by him might be more of a red flag than a compliment. Once the Diddy drama settled, Jennifer didn't waste any time moving on. In 2001, she found herself smitten with Chris Judd, a backup dancer she met on the set of her Love, Don't Cost a Thing music video. Their chemistry was undeniable, and before the year ended, they were married. However, the relationship fizzled just as quickly as it ignited, with J-Lo filing for divorce less than a year later. Chris later hinted that Jennifer wasn't exactly committed to making their marriage work, telling Us Weekly that marriage requires effort and dedication, something J-Lo seemed to lack. The pressures of fame didn't help either. Chris shared how their relationship was far from private, recalling their wedding as a circus, so much so that they had to rent the airspace above their venue to keep it secure. Despite his efforts, Jennifer seemed more focused on her next chapter. And on to the next chapter, she went right into the arms of Marc Anthony. Although they had a brief fling in the late 90s, things got serious after her split from Chris. Marc soon became husband number 3, and together they welcomed twins, Max and Emma. But even the joy of parenthood couldn't keep their marriage from unraveling. From her brief marriage to Ojani, her highly publicized relationship with Diddy, to her tumultuous marriage with Marc, J-Lo's love life has been anything but smooth. And if the rumors about her and Ben Affleck are true, it looks like history might just be repeating itself. When J-Lo and Marc Anthony tied the knot in June 2004, the timing couldn't have been more eyebrow-raising. Marc had literally just finalized his divorce from his first wife, Dayanara Torres, with whom he shares 2 sons. Naturally, the rumor mill started turning out stories that J-Lo might have played the homewrecker role in this scenario. But let's be real, if anyone's got a track record of complicated love lives, it's Marc, considering he has 7 kids with 3 different women. Talk about a full house. Fast forward to July 2011, and J-Lo and Marc called it quits, announcing their separation with a statement to E! News. Now, you'd think after 3 divorces and with 2 little ones to look after, J-Lo might hit pause on the dating scene, right? Well, think again, our girl J-Lo just can't seem to stay single for long. Less than 3 months after her split with Marc was public, she was already back in the headlines in November 2011, flaunting her new romance with backup dancer Casper Smart, who, by the way, is a whole 18 years younger than her. Casper later opened up about their relationship to Hola magazine, saying, "I was 23 or 24, she was 18 years older, so she was about 42 years old with 2 kids. But in the moment, everything just clicked. We spent every day together for a year." The two met while working on the music video for Dance Again, and their whirlwind romance played out very publicly for about 2.5 years. But the plot thickens when J-Lo's path crosses with former New York Yankee star Alex Rodriguez. A Rod later gushed that meeting Jennifer was the luckiest day of his life, and it wasn't long before J-Lo called it quits with Casper and went public with her new beau, Alex, in 2017. Their romance seemed like something out of a fairy tale, complete with a $1 million diamond ring, when a Rod popped the question during a dreamy Bahamian vacation about 2 years later. But despite the bling and the big engagement, the wedding kept getting pushed back, with the couple blaming the delays on the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the pandemic wasn't the only thing messing with their happily ever after. By April 2021, it was game over for J-Rod. And guess who J-Lo was spotted with that very same month? Yep, none other than her old flame, Ben Affleck. As soon as rumors started flying about Bennifer 2.0, J-Lo didn't waste a second scrubbing a Rod from her Instagram like he was just a bad memory. This is where J-Lo's PR machine kicked into high gear, subtly suggesting that a Rod may have cheated and that he was still hung up on her, refusing to let go. One insider spilled to the media that J-Lo told Alex that Ben was her everything now, but a Rod just couldn't get the message. The irony? When J-Lo and a Rod got engaged in 2019, she was out there proclaiming him as her forever partner and soulmate. Sound familiar? It seems like J-Lo's got a knack for recycling those grand declarations. A source close to J-Lo even told People back then, they are incredible together, very much soulmates that bring out the best in each other and are so supportive of each other. From the start. They moved very quickly. Their relationship was always very passionate. Jennifer quickly fell very hard for Alex, and she quickly started planning for the future, but as we've seen, in J-Lo's world, forever has a pretty flexible definition. We all know J-Lo has this habit of ditching relationships faster than you can say a rod, and the latest proof of that came when she swapped out her soulmate, Alex Rodriguez, for her ex, Ben Affleck, like it was yesterday's news. Talk about a plot twist. A rod was reportedly blindsided by J-Lo's swift rebound. Imagine going from planning a future with someone to seeing them back with an old flame. Sources close to him revealed that Alex was not just surprised but genuinely shocked. He had this whole idea that they'd find their way back to each other, but when J-Lo and Ben rekindled their romance, a rod was left reeling. Insiders spilled that Alex tried reaching out to J-Lo to talk things over, but she was having none of it. She was done, and she made it crystal clear. He was not just shocked but also felt a sting of sadness seeing J-Lo move on so fast. But a rod wasn't just sitting around and moping, no, he took to social media to subtly throw some shade. He posted a picture next to a red Porsche, the very same one he gifted J-Lo for her 50th birthday, with the caption, "I'm super down-to-earth talk about a passive-aggressive flex." And here's where the plot thickens. Alex was reportedly not only annoyed by how quickly J-Lo moved on, but also by how she seemed to play the media like a pro. Remember back in 2004, when J-Lo blamed media frenzy for derailing her wedding plans with Ben? Fast forward to 2021, and it was like she was basking in the media spotlight with Ben. The irony was not lost on Alex, who saw this as a big old double standard. But the drama doesn't end there. According to the rumor mill, Alex has been whispering to his closest friends that he suspects J-Lo was cheating on him with Ben while they were still together. He's convinced that the chaos J-Lo is facing now is nothing more than karma for how things went down between them. Sources revealed that Alex was devastated when J-Lo left him for Ben. He felt like he was tossed aside as soon as a better offer came along. It was like his entire world crumbled overnight, watching J-Lo marry someone else while he was left in the dust. The whole situation was described as the worst year of his life, with J-Lo flaunting her new relationship in his face, which only made things worse. Now, with rumors swirling about J-Lo and Ben's marriage possibly hitting the rocks, a rod is apparently living for the drama. Insiders claim he's enjoying every bit of the spectacle, even if he won't publicly admit it. It's almost like he's savoring the poetic justice of J-Lo's relationship troubles. One source mentioned that Alex feels he dodged a major bullet by not marrying J-Lo. He's watching the drama unfold with a sense of vindication, and despite his outward calm, he's got plenty of resentment simmering beneath the surface. And don't think we're done with the drama just yet. Ojani Noa, J-Lo's first husband, is having his own I told you so moment. He was the first to predict that J-Lo and Ben wouldn't last, and now he's sitting back and enjoying the show, feeling pretty smug about his spot on prediction. When J-Lo and Ben Affleck exchanged vows in that Las Vegas whirlwind ceremony in July 2022, it felt like a page ripped straight from a fairy tale. After 2 decades of off and on drama, this moment was hyped as the ultimate proof that true love conquers all. The media couldn't get enough of the Bennifer reunion, proclaiming it as a triumph of fate over the fickleness of romance. For J-Lo, who had weathered through 3 previous marriages, this was supposed to be her happily ever after with the man she always insisted was her soulmate. But while everyone else was busy gushing over the return of Bennifer, Ojani Noa had a few choice words about the whole affair. Ojani, who once basked in the glow of J-Lo's declarations of eternal love, didn't hold back. Speaking to the Daily Mail, he pointed out that J-Lo had previously dubbed him her forever guy, a claim he couldn't help but find ironic considering her track record. In his words, that was 3 husbands and 5 engagements ago. He expressed a rather skeptical outlook on the longevity of J-Lo's 4th marriage, noting her penchant for short-lived engagements and marriages. "I wish her and Ben the best," Ojani remarked, "but I'm not convinced it will last." Ojani's dissatisfaction went beyond just wedding cynicism. He painted a rather grim picture of their past life together. According to him, the bliss J-Lo professed was a far cry from reality during their marriage. Ojani claimed J-Lo's team encouraged him to fake it for the cameras. This facade was part of a broader strategy to project an idealized version of their relationship, even as things were falling apart behind the scenes. He recounted how they traveled to Chicago to film an Oprah Winfrey interview where J-Lo put on a show of marital bliss despite their mounting issues. Ojani was left feeling like a pawn in a public relations game, while Oprah's probing questions about their troubles were met with J-Lo's rehearsed assurances of everything being amazing. But Ojani's grievances didn't stop there. He revealed that he shed 40 lbs due to the stress of trying to salvage their marriage, all while their public life became a charade. He described this period as one where their entire existence seemed to be a lie, showcasing the chasm between their public image and private struggles. But wait, there's more. The drama surrounding Ojani and J-Lo doesn't end with just broken promises and marital disillusionment. An old interview with Ojani recently resurfaced, revealing even wilder allegations. In this throwback piece, Ojani accused J-Lo of using witchcraft and love spells to manipulate her romantic fortunes. Whether these claims were made in jest or out of genuine belief, they certainly added another layer to the already tangled narrative of J-Lo's love life. Remember when J-Lo snagged the role of the late Mexican-American singer Selena in the '97 biopic? Yeah, that's right before she had even a shred of acting cred and wasn't even Mexican. Well, brace yourself because the buzz back then was wild. Some people whispered that J-Lo might have used actual witchcraft to land that iconic part. These aren't just random rumors either. Since the '90s, chatter about J-Lo's supposed magical maneuvers has been a thing. Rumor has it that J-Lo has a Miami-based godmother wielding the dark arts of Santeria to boost J-Lo's career and personal life. This juicy tidbit comes courtesy of Claudia Vasquez, who's not only dating J-Lo's ex-husband Ojani Noa, but is also stirring up trouble by threatening to release a potentially scandalous tape of Lopez. Guab caught a snippet from a Spanish gossip show where Vasquez spills the beans about J-Lo's alleged Santeria shenanigans. I've been told she does the worst frightening stuff. Jennifer has a godmother in Miami, which I've never met, but Ojani knows her, and she calls this woman to tell her, do this to this person, put up a black candle, etc. She's done amorous spells on all her boyfriends. It's a typical thing for anybody involved in Santeria, but even with all that, she always ends up leaving them. Vasquez also claims that J-Lo might have used Santeria to edge out Salma Hayek for the Selena role. Talk about taking competition to the next level. On top of this, J-Lo, Noa, and Vasquez are embroiled in a legal mess over a tape that allegedly shows Lopez nude, supposedly shot during her time with Noa. J-Lo has already won court battles blocking Noa from releasing the footage. Now, her lawyers suspect that Vasquez might be trying to leak it through Noa. But hold up, it gets even wilder. Rumor has it J-Lo might have leveraged her connections with big-time industry figures to land the role. Apparently, Tommy model Mariah Carey's ex and former Sony Music CEO was rumored to be involved. There were whispers that J-Lo and Tommy had a thing going on right around the time she was filming Selena. In 1998, J-Lo hit the Grammy Awards with Tommy, and shortly after, she signed a record deal with Sony. Just a coincidence? You decide. Fans aren't surprised at the witchcraft claims, saying that's why she cannot stay with any of her lovers. Getting love via witchcraft never works out. And witchcraft kind of fits with Ben's description of a fever dream. To which someone added, a few dancers even said she did this witchcraft thing at the rehearsal. So what's your take on this messy J-Lo drama? Are Ojani Noa's claims giving you pause? Could there be some truth to those witchcraft rumors? Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned for the next video.